Today, I'm exposing the 5 biggest scam methods on the Donut SMP and showing you exactly how they work so you can stop getting scammed or become the scammer. So this first method is going to be a fake loot drop. So as you can see right here, I have a bunch of regular items, right? But with this resource pack, it turns everything into expensive items. So now we got diamond blocks, gilded blackstone, ancient debris, netherite ingots, and an elytra and a trident. And it even has like the colored text for the elytra. So this texture pack I made, you guys can get it in my Discord linked in the description. Just join my Discord and you'll be able to find the download link for this texture pack. But so basically it turns endstone into diamond blocks, birch planks into gilded blackstone, obsidian into ancient debris, bricks into netherite ingots, iron chestplate into an elytra, and an iron sword into a trident. So what you'll do is you'll basically just take all these items and you'll make a fake loot drop, right? So this looks like a super expensive loot drop, but in reality, it's not. So the real method here is you're going to be going live on TikTok or YouTube or both at the same time. If you guys don't know how to do that, there's tons of videos online to figure out how to go live. But basically, you're going to go live on TikTok and promote a loot drop, and you're going to get tons of viewers because everyone's going to think you're doing a crazy loot drop. But in reality, it costs you nothing. But yeah, so basically, you're going to go live and just promote your loot drop, and eventually, you're going to get probably like 150 people in your TikTok live. And in that live, you're going to have something saying early access, like 25 million, 50 million. So people are going to pay you like 25 to 50 million to get quote unquote early access. But in reality, they're not going to get any early access. They're just going to send you a bunch of money because they think they're going to get early access to an insane loot drop, but they're really not. But one thing with this method is you're going to want to go into your settings and make sure you have pay alerts off. That way it doesn't display in chat whenever somebody sends you the 25 mil. That way people aren't going to be like, yo, he paid for early access. Why aren't you teleporting him? Because they're not going to see that they paid you other than your money going up. You just want to make sure that you don't go into /shop because then you're going to see that the end stone is actually diamond blocks. You want to hide the fact that you have the texture pack on or else everybody's going to catch on. And that's going to bring us on to the next method. And really quick, if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe and maybe leave a comment telling me what other video ideas I should do. So this next method is going to be fake auctions. With these items, you can basically fake an auction. Those of you who don't know what an auction is on the Donut SMP, it's something that streamers do a lot. Basically, a bunch of people will pay them for this item and the highest bidder wins. But there's going to be 2 ways to go about this. You can either do it while you're live streaming, like with the fake loot drop and you get a bunch of viewers. Or if you don't want to do the live streaming, you can also go on the Donut SMP Discord server. And there's a bunch of channels where you can join and a lot of people will do auctions or join your auction. But really the best way is going to be doing it on the live stream. But with this method, you are going to want to make sure you have your pay alerts on. That way it shows in chat when people are bidding. So for something like an elytra, you would do something like a minimum bet of like, I don't know, 5 million. So that way people who don't have a lot of money are still going to pay you. Obviously, people are going to pay way more than 5 million because they're thinking they're going to get an elytra. But yeah, so you're going to want to start a timer. There's a lot of ways you can get timers on your screen. I use Feather Client, which has a built-in timer. But basically, it's going to be a countdown for like 30 seconds. And so within that 30 seconds, people can bid. And the highest bidder is going to be the winner of the elytra or whichever item you decide to choose. And so what I would do, whenever somebody wins, you're going to teleport to them. And then you're going to do like, you're going to be going to your home and you're going to be like in your e-chest. And right before you teleport, you throw it on the ground and you leave. That way they don't get time to like put it on and see that it's actually an iron chest plate. And then you'll probably want to block them on the live stream because they'll call you a scammer. But yeah, you can do this with all of the other items too. Tridents, gilded blackstone, ancient debris, netherite ingots. This is a good way to make a lot of money, especially with the elytras. So this next method is going to be rigged gambling. There's a couple ways to do this, but the easiest way is going to be getting a second account or like a friend to help you. And you're going to want to go on auction house and buy invisibility potions. So you want to make sure you get like the 8-minute ones, which are going to be the longest ones. And so you're going to make this account go invisible. That way people can't see that you have an account back there. And so the method here is you're going to be doing 50-50. So like a totem and a pearl, and you're going to have set odds, right? So it's going to be totem equals I win, pearl equals they win, right? And so you'll have your minimum and maximum bet as well. But basically, whenever somebody sends like a number that you want to win, so say whenever people bid 1 mil, you do it normally, like you do it regularly, so like they would have won. But if it's like over a certain amount, like 5 million, and you like guaranteed want to win it, you'll have this second account. But what they will be basically doing is they'll be invisible back here so nobody can see. And they're going to open it up and they're going to take the pearl out because the pearl is them. And so the totem, you have a 100% chance of getting the totem, right? So you're guaranteed to win. And so you just want to make sure that they go back in the dispenser and place the inner pearl back in. before you open it back up, right? Or else they'll see that you obviously only had one thing in there. And again, the best way to get people to actually gamble with you is going to be on live streams like on TikTok. So just like with the auctions and the fake loot drop, whenever you get a bunch of viewers, you can use this method to get a bunch of money. But again, also just like with the auctions, you can go on the Donut Discord and join voice calls where people will be gambling with you. And so all you got to do is just share your screen and people will gamble with you. So a couple important things. First of all, you're going to want to make sure that they get the invisibility potion every like 7 minutes. That way they never go out of invisibility mode, because you don't want nobody seeing their name tag, right? And another thing is make sure you let them win every once in a while, or else people will catch on to the fact that you win every single one. And probably the most important thing is you're going to want to go into your settings and make sure that you have particles set to minimal. That way people don't see the invisibility potion effect. So this next method can make you a lot of money, but it's also a little harder to do. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go on Auction House and you're going to want to buy some bundles. And you're going to want to get something like Gilded Blackstone. And so you're going to fill them all up with one Gilded Blackstone. You could also do this with netherite ingots and stuff. It just depends on how much you want to make. And so I'm going to sell these on Auction House for about 100k, right? And so these go for about $1 million. And so people are going to want to buy these. So you put a bunch up for 100k and then you randomly put one up for 100 mil, right? And the best way to do this is you're going to want to message people who have a lot of money, right? So you're going to look on tab, maybe find a YouTuber or a streamer who has their messages on, and you're going to want to message them, or go in chat and find somebody who has a lot of money, right? So like say this dude who has 211 million, be like, buy my 100k gilded on Auction House. So you're going to message a bunch of people who have a lot of money. And so the goal here is people are going to go to your auction and they're just going to spam buy this thinking it's all 100k, and they're accidentally going to buy the $100 million one. I've had a lot of people try and do this to me, never successfully, but I know a lot of people do get this to work. And another way you can do this without private messaging somebody is just go to the public chat and say the same thing. So be like, buy my 100k gilded on Auction House. And this is also a good way to find people who actually have money. All right, so people are buying my bundles, but they're not going to buy the 100 mil one probably. Yeah, so sometimes it won't work. A lot of times, guys, you're just going to end up losing money. Like people are going to buy all the ones for 100k and not buy your 100 mil. But every once in a while, you can get somebody who has a lot of money to just click spam buy, and they'll accidentally buy the bundle for 100 mil. So it is a risk because I am losing money on this every time somebody buys the 100k one. But if you do get somebody to end up buying the 100 mil, you make a lot of profit. Just like that, guys. He bought it for 100 mil. Oh, that actually works, guys. So that's the first time I've tried doing it. I kind of feel bad because I low-key did just scam bro for 100 mil. But look at that. Look, it worked. You could even try and do it with netherite ingots. Make them like 1 million each. And then randomly sneak in 1 for 1 bill. But then you're going to have to make sure you're messaging people who have over $1 billion. And that's going to be a little harder to get somebody to actually buy it for $1 billion. But just like that, guys, I made 100 mil. Okay, so this next method is going to be buying Skelly spawners. So right now they're going for about 7 to 7.5 million. And so I'm going to be asking people if they want to sell me their Skelly spawners for 7 mil. So there's a couple ways to go about finding people who want to buy Skellys. You can either send a message in the public chat, or you can go and spawn with voice chat and talk to people and ask people if they want to buy Skellys. Or you can go over on the Donut Discord and you can also find people that way. I want to find people who have more than like 5 or 6, because a lot of times people are going to sell you Skelly spawners, but they're not going to do it all at once. So you're going to have to build trust with them. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that right now. So in chat, I'm going to tell people to message me if they want to sell me their Skellys for 7 mil. So there's this guy who wants to sell me his Skellys. I'm going to ask him how many he has. And so he has 9. So I'm going to TP him to me. I'm just going to use RTP. And so the method here is going to be a little different in each interaction. Sometimes people will just give you all of their Skellys at once if they trust you, but most people won't trust you. He's going to sell me a couple at first, right? So he's going to sell me 2, and I'm going to pay him for the 2. Now I could have just scammed him for these 2 Skelly spawners, but that's not really worth it. So I'm going to do it again, build his trust, pay him for another 2. And so now he trusts me, right? So he's going to give me the rest of the 5 that he has. And so I'm going to pocket those and profit 5 Skellys. But with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment, guys, if you have any other good video ideas for me, and I hope to see you in the next video.